2025. My name is Ryan Barrosa.
And my name is Sofia Morin.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, with one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you, Hawks. You now may be seated.
For our clubs and sports section, we have the following announcements. Hawks, our winter book fair starts today. Stop by and purchase your favorite books.
Hawks, there will be a church trial meeting tomorrow after school in room 320 at 4 p.m.
It's important to always be in dress code on a daily basis. You must be wearing a solid black, gray, or white polo shirt that is tucked in at all times. Only natural hair color is allowed. On
Thursdays, you're allowed to wear college or military shirts. And don't forget to show your Hawk spirit on Friday. Remember, no hoodies or torn jeans are allowed on campus. We always want to dress for success. Let's go with Studio 2. Let's go with Studio 2 Mysteries.
Good morning, Hawks. I hope you all are having a wonderful Monday morning. Teachers, we do want to remind you that we will be having our STAR interim testing meeting today at 4 p.m. in the library. 8th graders, Horizon High School will be here today to complete your pre-registration for high school. They will meet with you through your PE or college and career course. We do want to remind you that Picture Makeup Day will be this Wednesday. So if you missed it last week, you'll have your opportunity to take it again this Wednesday, January 29th. Students must be wearing their uniforms, and teachers, please, if you missed your picture day, please make sure you wear your maroon polo shirts. Shout out to all the teachers and students who attended our Saturday camp. Your commitment to success is evident. Thank you. As always, Hawks, cell phones and earbuds must be turned off and out of sight. They should not be in your back pocket. I'm going to repeat that again. They should not be in your back pocket. They should be completely put away in your backpack or any other bags that you have. They should not be visible at all. If it is seen, heard, or being used, it can be picked up, and a $15 fee will be charged. Our focus is on your learning, and these devices are distractions. Never forget that you are loved here at Horizon Middle School. We are happy that you are here each and every day. Thank you so much for being here. If someone hasn't told you that they love you today, Hawks, I am telling you thank you. I love you, and I hope you have a great day. Our campus vision is building resilient achievers as our leaders. We can reach our vision by following our PBIS Hawk core values: be responsible, be respectful, be safe, and be present. Students, one way of being respectful is to keep our school clean and looking neat. Make sure that you are keeping your hands and other objects off of our bulletin boards. Throw your trash in the trash bins, and this includes any papers, wrappers, and your lunch trays. Students, we are starting to see lunch trays being left behind in the cafeteria when it is time to go outside. Please make sure that you follow up and are throwing away your trash bins. Every day in every way, you are getting better and better, so don't stop reaching for your goals. The decisions you make today affect you tomorrow, so always make those great decisions. Have a great day, Hawks. Now let's go back to Studio 1 with our anchors.
Thank you, Ms. Reese. Next, we have our counselors with today's SEL lesson today.
Good morning. Today, we're going to have our SEL lesson. We've been talking about stressors. Last week was stress management. The couple of weeks before, we were talking about mental health and well-being. And today we're going to talk about something else, something that we all go through, which is anger management. And this is an emotion we all feel. No one escapes it. From the 2-month-old that gets upset when they take away their pacifier to the adult who misses out on a great parking space. We all experience anger, but how do we manage it? How do we control it so it doesn't control us? So this is what we're going to focus on today. So dealing with anger, how do we do it? And again, it's an emotion we all experience. So we're going to define anger, what causes anger, anger versus aggression, physical symptoms of anger, anger triggers, and anger style, and dealing with anger effectively. Because sometimes anger can be a positive emotion because it motivates us. Maybe we got upset because we got a failing grade on a test. Well, it'll motivate us for next time to try harder, study more, pay attention in class. So anger is a basic human emotion, and its response is experienced by all people. So again, all of us experience anger. Anger is typically triggered by a threat, perceived threat, or real or imaginary, an injustice, a hurt, or frustration when faced with an obstacle. So someone can upset us, something can upset us, or an obstacle, like I said, or a hurt feeling. Anger varies from person to person and from situation to situation. So some things can make us a little bit upset. For instance, driving to work, there was a crane blocking my pathway and I had to go around. So that was a little bit upsetting to me because it takes me longer than to get here. But something else can make you really angry, like when somebody hurts your feelings or says something nice. Anger is a strong feeling or displeasure with someone or something combined with the urge to fight back. And that's where we need to be careful because the urge is there and that's a human emotion, but we want to say something. Sometimes we want to get physical, but it doesn't work for us. It'll backfire. And again, anger is a normal feeling that we all experience. Anger is one of the most human basics emotions. So again, from the 2-year-old to the 100-year-old will feel that emotion. So anger versus aggression. Know the difference between anger and aggression. Aggression is one negative way in which individuals express anger. Aggression can cause damage with words, fists, or weapons, but it is virtually always designed to punish. Remember, it is okay to experience the anger. It's what we do with it, but aggression is never good. We use words, negative words, hurtful words to fight back, sometimes even cussing. Fists, you get physical, you fight, or even worse, weapons, one-on-one weapons. We see it in the news all the time. People shoot, people stab, or wars get started. And again, remember, aggression is designed to punish. We never want to go there. Aggression is intended to threat or injure the victim's security or self-esteem. It's a form of retaliation. We never want to be aggressive or use aggression. What are some things that make you angry? What are your triggers? For instance, what bugs you? And different things can cause you to get upset or trigger your anger. For instance, a specific person or event. Maybe when you hear, oh, we have map testing, that's something that you really don't enjoy, but it's something we have to do. A specific person, maybe a person you've never gotten along with since kindergarten. But we avoid those triggers or we learn to accept them or deal with them. Insults, stressors or worries, disappointment, fears, resentment, rejection. When somebody hurts your feelings or doesn't want to be your friend. Having possessions taken away. This is a big one. You get very angry and upset when we take your cell phones or your earbuds but don't have them out. Jealousy. We get angry when maybe our ex-boyfriend or girlfriend is starting to date someone else, or your current boyfriend or girlfriend is no longer interested in someone else. Being teased or talked about, that happens a lot. Low self-esteem, grief. Sometimes when we're upset or hurt over losing something or someone, we respond in anger. Or home life. Situations at home that upset us. So what do we do? How do we deal with anger? What can we do? If you know your anger triggers, again, what triggers you, then you can either try to avoid them, learn how to deal with them, learn how to put your feelings into words. Again, instead of reacting in aggression, we put your feelings into words. Say, I'm upset. It makes me angry when you do this. Please don't do that. Or don't talk about me that way. I'm not joking. I'm not playing with you. Those are not words that you speak to me with. Always set your boundaries. There are two issues in controlling anger or reacting to anger. What do we do? Poor handled anger can cause many problems. Again, poor handled anger can cause many problems. Think about that. When you don't handle your anger correctly, what can happen? We react. And it's not good for us. So, what do we do? So how do we control our anger? One, when your anger is triggered, you're going to react in some way. The way you react is called anger style. You dump your anger. Dumping. That means you just let it all out. For instance, you use ugly words. You dump it onto something else or someone else. For instance, using a punching bag. That's a good way to dump your anger. But when you're dumping it on someone else that has nothing to do with the problem, like you're mean or disrespectful to your parents because somebody made you mad at home, that is wrong. Acting out, you get aggressive. You get physical with someone, or you start misbehaving in class because you are angry, or you bury it. You don't let it come out. That's not healthy at all. Also, we have to learn how to control and deal with our anger. So what happens when you have uncontrolled anger? It can trigger a large number of antisocial behaviors, again, like misbehaving in class, being physical, or start being mean to someone else that has nothing to do with it. It can trigger negative consequences. You can get in trouble in class. You can get hurt physically or hurt someone. Or it can hurt your physical health. For instance, you can get to have an anxiety attack or even a panic attack because your emotions are so strong, a crying spell when you can't just stop crying. Or for us adults, even it can affect our blood pressure. You can always control the situation when you know how it makes you feel, but you can control how you express your anger. So you can't always control a situation because, for instance, today I wasn't expecting that crane. Maybe you're not expecting somebody to be negative or rude to you or be unkind, but you can know how to control your anger and how you express it. So anger is a problem. When it harms you, when it leads to aggression, when it harms people around you, when it disrupts school or school relationships, when it is too frequent, intense, or lasts long, when it harms and affects your overall quality of life, when chronic explosions of anger spiral out of control. Uncontrolled anger can trigger a large number of antisocial behaviors and negative consequences. I said that before. Remember, I once saw this on television and I think it's very true. When you put yourself in the most angry situation that you can be in, think about that, the most angry situation you can be in, and you start yelling and throwing things and acting aggression. Let's say it's at home. But let's say somebody comes knocking at the door and it's your best friend, or it's your Nina, or your grandma, or your grandpa, or unexpected person at the door, and all of a sudden you just go zip, quiet, and you put on a big smile like nothing happened. What does that prove? That we can control our anger. We choose to have those explosions, to act the way we do. So what are the consequences of acting out? It could lead to legal troubles. We've had students in this school arrested because they didn't control their anger and they hurt someone or put their hands on someone. Think about that. It can lead to trouble at school, at your home, or the community. Punishment or consequences at home. Punishment outside in the community with the law. Here, being in SAC or detention or all sorts of things. Relationship problems. You lose friends. Your parents get upset with you. It causes trouble between you and your siblings. It could also lead to other things. Substance abuse, physical problems, emotional problems, low self-esteem, and others. So anger cues. Know what happens when you get angry. These are signals your body sends to you when you're getting upset. Sometimes you clench your fists, or your heart starts racing, or you start talking louder, or your face goes red. Sometimes our stomachs get upset. When we know we're getting upset, this is the time to react and try to calm ourselves. So warning signs when you get angry. You can't focus, you start insulting people, you start breathing heavy, you get argumentative, you start pacing, you give people the stare, the mad dog, or you go quiet and shut down. You throw things, you make an angry face, become aggressive. Sometimes you use profanity, that means you use cuss words. You cry, you cannot stop yourself from thinking about the situation or the individual. So what do? Cool off, stay calm, walk away. When you know you're angry, walk away because you're going to do or say something you shouldn't have. Count to 10. Take deep breaths. Use self-calming talk. For instance, I can handle this, chill. It's not as bad as it seems. Imagine you are in a peaceful situation or place. Give yourself some time to sort things out. Sometimes it's not as big as what it seems. Write the problem down in a paper. Think it through. Ask yourself, what really happened? How was it triggered? What were your cues? Talk it over with a friend or a trusted adult. Look at the situation from a different point of view, because sometimes we perceive or interpret things one way, but it wasn't intended that way, and someone else won't see it that way as well. Sometimes we're just being overly sensitive. So turn your anger into energy. Remember, I gave you the example of the punching bag. Channel your anger into a physical activity. Try to solve the problem. Try to accept the situation if you can't change it. Sometimes boyfriends and girlfriends move on. Sometimes friends no longer want to be our friends. We move on because we can't change it. Change our view of the situation and our reaction to it. Sometimes we cannot solve the problem or the situation, but how we react, we can control. Don't let your anger control you. You take control over it. So exercise, we've shown you the breathing techniques, but self-control, balance, calmness, determination, willpower, and confidence. Self-control is the ability to resist inappropriate behavior, dealing effectively with your emotions such as anger and developing patience. Patience is a good thing. Maintaining self-control is key to managing anger. Remember, we always keep ourselves centered in control, that balance. Everybody gets angry, so this is how it is. The difference comes in what you do about your anger. So get a grip. Very simple. Take control of yourself. Remember, when dealing with anger, that you're the only one that can manage it or control your own anger. When you find yourself angry, pay attention to your anger cues or your triggers, and if so, you feel like doing stuff before you lose it. Don't lose it, just stop. Like the sign says, stop. Reflection. This is something for you to think about. It has a little picture. Take a deep breath. What specific situations, people, or comments tend to make you feel angry? And what are strategies that you do currently to manage your anger? For instance, deep breathing, counting to 10, walking away, leaving the situation. Again, thank you so much. I know this lesson was a little bit longer than normal, but it is something very important because a lot of you don't know how to control your anger. We see a lot of that in our offices, but it's an opportunity to take time to reflect. Remember that you're the only one that can control your own anger. Everyone can do it. Anger is normal. We all experience it, but it's what you do with it. And we gave you some techniques. Walk away, take deep breaths, talk to different adults so you can see it, a trusted adult or person, so that you can look at the situation in a different perspective. Again, now back to Studio One. Thank you so much.
Teachers, remember to follow the 5-step plan. Please check for the student dress. Please check the students for dress code.
That's all for today, Hawks. Have a great day, Hawks.